Imagine, if you will, a world where streams hold their breath because there's no oxygen left in their veins. Imagine these rivers choking on their own algae, flowing hopelessly into oceans devoid of oxygen and life. These are anoxic dead zones, the bleak reality of chemical runoff into ponds, rivers, and seas. Dead zones are often a result of large-scale farming practices which pollute water systems with fertilizers and pesticides.
Dead zones happen when too much fertilizer, nitrogen, phosphorus, comes in. It grows lots of excess algae. The algae die, decompose, suck up the oxygen from the deeper waters, which aquatic life needs to live.
This is what a healthy, oxygen-rich bay bottom looks like, full of lush grasses where fish and crabs can grow. A dead zone is completely different, barren and empty.
The bay, when there is an algae bloom and when you have a dead zone, is as dead as the face of the moon. That there is absolutely no oxygen in these dead zones, and nothing can live that requires oxygen for survival.
So, we've decided to check out the local small farms because they deal with pollutants such as fertilizers, manures, and pesticides in a way that is less detrimental to the environment.
Today, I am visiting Apple Springs Farm. This is the farm where the KSU Commons grows most of its produce. This farm is located about 45 minutes from our school in Pickens County. Many commercial fertilizers introduce high concentrations of nitrogen and phosphorus into the environment. This chemical runoff can lead to algal blooms, which depletes water of oxygen and kills marine life. So, Apple Springs Farm is considering using granite dust to fertilize the soil.
The farm wanted to use vegetable compost from the KSU Commons to fertilize the soil, but there are government restrictions on this practice. Using granite dust to enhance the soil is a process similar to the pulverizing force of the glaciers. Granite dust is an alternative to using fertilizers packed with phosphorus and nitrogen. During the last ice age, massive ice shelves were treated over granite boulders, reducing them to a fine powder called glacial flour. This allowed the minerals trapped in the rocks to be used by plants and animals.
This is a bag of rock dust, this mineral fertilizer, and basically it's just ground up dust from rocks, I guess they get them from wherever they get them, from quarries and such. And here I have for myself a raised bed garden. Mostly I filled this with compost just last weekend, so now what I'm doing is taking some of that rock dust and I'm just going to sprinkle it on just to add some minerals to the soil and compost that I'm going to be growing my vegetable gardens in. And really it's as simple as that. Hopefully this will help that the vegetables not only grow better but also have a good mineral content as well, and I'll go along and take care of that. It should just take me a couple of minutes.
The environmental impact of pesticides is often greater than what is intended by those who use them. Over 98% of sprayed insecticides and 95% of herbicides reach a destination other than their target species. So, Apple Springs Farm is restoring a 35-year-old apple orchard without the use of pesticides. We also visited Mountain Valley Farm, a small dairy farm in Ellijay, Georgia, to see how they dealt with manure from the cows.
Large-scale dairies often house their cows, and they just all, or they're just all in one place, and a lot of manure, and it's a lot harder to deal with all that manure. So I think a small family farm that fits into the valley, that I know the cows are a lot healthier because they get to go out to cows.
As part of our research for this project, we also visited the DeKalb Farmers Market Baskets, and Harry's Farmers Market.
By shopping at these locations, consumers can directly support local farming practices while indirectly supporting a healthier environment.